So far I've talked about the overview of the market. I told you how we evaluate the development of the region in terms of constant exchange rates and current exchange rates. I also talked about the structure of the market, the share of the respective countries and the segments, clothing and footwear. I also showed you the geographical breakdown of the market, of the top market players, and I also introduced you to the top 2 market players of each segment. Now let me move on to the major trends of the market. This list will not be exclusive. We only selected for the purposes of this presentation 3 trends that we found interesting for you. So let's go. First of all, and this I already referred to previously, this is the let's say the market innovations, how they reacted to the declining clothing and footwear spending that we observed in the region in the last 5 years, so since the outbreak of the crisis. Here I'm going to explain to you 3 such trends that we see 3 such, let's say, innovations. Although all of these trends are present in every country, in all of the countries that we consider in this report, their respective importance depends, of course, on the taste of the local consumers. I'm not going to talk about that, but you can see it on the chart which trend is more significant in which country. So let me give you the short definition of these trends. First of all, extended in-store promotions. We mean by this a growing rate, length, and frequency of promotions. With other words, promotions start usually earlier, already in the season, or already at a time that was considered previously in the season. Their length is usually longer. They practically almost reach into each other, and the depth, so the depth of the discounts that retailers give is much higher. Previously, it was on average the promotion started with, let's say, 10% and went up to, let's say, 50% of the price. Nowadays, it's not rare to see promotions starting already at the 30 to 50% level, and they go up as high as 80 to 90%. The second trend that that I wanted to talk about today is the expansion of discounters. However, here I will still only say that this was the reaction and probably the most significant reaction to the declining clothing and footwear spending. Actually, we consider it so significant that I will give you another chart on this one. So now I will move on to the emergence of monobrand outlet stores in the region. Monobrand outlet stores, in the sense that previously we also already knew multi-brand outlet stores that were common. Nowadays, however, the emergence of the monobrand type is also important. And when we talk about outlets, there are 2 major concepts. One of them is the basic one. Let's say when retailers move the outdated collections to their outlet stores, so that the discounted sales of these outdated collections do not damage the sales of the new collections. There is, however, a more, let's say, developed concept for outlets, and that is when retailers come up with their specific outlet collections. So basically what they do is that they introduce second-tier products to their brand without affecting their overall brand image, as these second-tier products or goods are sold in a physically different location. And of course, this is a good trend for consumers as well, as all of these help consumers to buy their clothing and footwear for a cheaper price, even if they prefer to stick to their good old branded products. As you can see, we also wanted to give you an evaluation of these trends. And while we evaluate the first two, so the expansion of discounters and the emergence of outlet stores as positive, they are contributing to the market with introducing new distribution channels. As for the third one, so the in-store promotions, we have serious concerns, and we have serious concerns because of two reasons. First of all, the sustainability of this of these promotions. What these basically mean is that the retailers are trying to undercut each other in terms of pricing, which will drive the revenue of the market, as we could see most significantly in Hungary, but in other countries as well. So they do contribute to the development, the positive development of the market, but they significantly undermine profitability, which especially for smaller chains that do not have the economies of scale might lead to serious problems. And secondly, we see it as a negative trend, as it, in our opinion, it deforms customer or consumer habits and expectations. Some retailers already raised their voice, saying that in interviews, saying that they see a trend that consumers are not willing to spend their money before the discounts are introduced. So they decide to, even if they go and find the appropriate goods that they want to buy, they decide to wait 2-3 more weeks until discounts are introduced, and they buy these products there then only for a lower price. And this is a trend that might be difficult to overcome in later years when the trend will turn around and the purchasing power will rise again in the region. So this has to be considered for market players as well. And as I promised already several times, now I would like to come to the expansion of clothing discounters in the region. As you can see on the chart, the store count of such discounters grew by over 60% since the end of 2010. That is a very, very significant growth. Let me give you some numbers for the respective countries. For example, in Poland, the store count of Pepco, the subsidiary of South African investor Pepco, has reached over 400 stores in 2012, and they are planning a further expansion of another 200 stores in the next 2 years. And for example, Kick Textilien of German origins, it belongs to the company Tengelmann. It only started its expansion in Poland in 2012, and it already opened 20 stores until May 2013. There is a major local chain in Poland as well called Textile Market. It operates currently 273 stores in Poland alone. Then for the Czech Republic, the biggest player is Kick Textilien with over 160 stores, but Taco Fashion is also present with over 100 stores, and Pepco already announced its entry to this market as well. In the Czech Republic, we also see a local player called Eurolibovka with approximately 20 stores. If we look at the store count charts of the other countries, we will, so the store count chart, not only clothing discounters, but the overall store count charts, we will find clothing discounters at the top of these charts, and the names will be very similar. So Kick Textilien, Pepco, and Taco Fashion. I would like to give here another side note that we know that Taco Fashion already positions itself above the discounter segment. However, we evaluate this business strategy to be still similar. So they run a vast number of shops, and their price level is what they call affordable fashion. So we still consider them in this discounter segment. Now I would like to move on to the last trend that I would like to introduce you today, and that is the growth of online sales in the region. Online and e-commerce was the fastest growing distribution channel since the outbreak of the crisis in 2008. We estimate that the growth rate of this distribution channel was approximately 13% in 2012, and it reached approximately 1 billion euros. So only the e-commerce sales of clothing and footwear products in the region. There are, however, major differences in the region. So as, for example, in Czech Republic, it is already more frequent, and consumers are willing to buy clothing and footwear products more and more. There are countries such as, for example, Hungary, where the consumers are still a bit reluctant, although there the rate is also going very, very fast. As for the drivers of this growth, the first one is quite obvious, so the availability of the infrastructure, so that more and more households have access to the internet. Secondly, from the point of view of consumers, of course, pricing. So usually the same product costs significantly less when purchased over the internet than in a brick and mortar store. The next one is actually an interesting point from the point of view of consumers, the availability of the products. Because this way, so over the internet, consumers are able to buy such products that were, for example, not meant for their region. So that were, for example, only meant for the Western European countries. With the use of cross-border e-commerce stores, they are able to purchase these goods as well. But it is also important for consumers living in smaller towns or villages in these countries. We see that trend that both the use of e-commerce in smaller towns and villages is growing very fast, and the cross-border purchasing from e-commerce stores is also growing significantly, especially in countries such as Bulgaria and Romania. And the last, what I would like to mention here is the leveling of the gender mix. What I mean by this is that previously e-commerce was the field of male consumers. Nowadays, however, more and more women decide to shop online, and this brought about the emergence of such product groups as, for example, clothing and footwear, or cosmetics, or home decor. And the growth rate of these segments or these product groups are driving the overall growth of e-commerce in all of the Central European countries.